is people are trying to find ways to qualify for a property purchase in this crazy market with rates as high as they are and prices as high as they are. The conversation around cosigners and guarantors is coming up a lot, so I wanted to clarify what the difference is. There are two ways that you can get somebody to help you qualify for a home purchase. One is to have them be a cosigner, and the other is to have them be a guarantor. But a cosigner and a guarantor are very different, and here's how they differ. There's a bit of a misconception out there that just because you have a cosigner, that means you're going to qualify for the home purchase that you want to qualify for, and that's not necessarily true. That cosigner has to be offering financial strength to your application. We have scenarios and we have situations where when we add a cosigner onto the application, they're actually pulling down what someone qualifies for. If their income isn't enough to cover the existing debts that they have, then adding them to the application can actually bring down what you qualify for. But assuming that that individual that you're using or you're having on your application as a cosigner offers financial strength to the overall application, then it can be a way to increase your purchasing power. Now, a cosigner is very different than a guarantor. So a cosigner would go on the agreement of purchase and sale with you when you put that offer in on that property. They'd be on the mortgage, they'd obviously be on title, and their financials are looked at the same way as yours. So essentially, you're buying the home with that cosigner. Now, a guarantor is different. A guarantor does not go on title. They are simply guaranteeing the mortgage. So what they're saying essentially is that they guarantee this mortgage will be paid. So if you start defaults on your payments, guess who the bank or the lender goes after? The guarantor. But they are not on title. They are not, therefore, on the agreement of purchase and sale when you submit your offer to buy that property. And they're simply a guarantor on that mortgage. So very different than a cosigner. One really important thing to keep in mind is a cosigner or a guarantor does not have to be tied to that mortgage or that property any longer than needed. So the moment you can show that you qualify on your own, we can refinance that mortgage and remove that guarantor or remove that cosigner. So sometimes people will say, my parents would love to help me out, but they don't want to be on my mortgage for the next 25 or 30 years. They don't have to be. They only have to be on that mortgage until you can show that you can qualify on your own. And then we can simply remove that cosigner, we can remove that guarantor, and you'd be on that property, on that mortgage by yourself. Again, assuming you can show that you qualify. If you want to run the numbers and see what a guarantor or a cosigner can do to increase your purchasing power, give me a shout.